Okay, so joining me this afternoon on Fan TV is Phantom's newest forward, number 21, Luc Johnson. So, Luke, just firstly, how are you getting on in these difficult times we're in at the moment?
Yeah, not too bad at the minute. I'm fortunate enough to still be working. I never thought I'd say that, but so that kind of keeps some routine that way. It's just kind of the evenings and the weekends that get a little bit boring, so to say, with no restaurants and gyms and stuff like that open at the minute.
Okay, and obviously we announced a couple of weeks ago that you've signed in Peterborough for next season. So how pleased are you to have got that one over the line so you know what your plan will be when hockey does come back?
I'm very pleased. I know a few of the guys there, and they've said Glennie's one of my best friends, so he said for a few years about how good it is there. Played with Marzi before, played with Cal before. So I've heard nothing but good things about the whole group, the locker room, the organisation, and everything else. So yeah, I'm really excited.
Okay, and obviously speaking to Slava, he did mention that he was interested in you a few years ago. I think it might have been when you went to Swindon at the time.
Yeah.
What in your head thinks now is the right time to make the move to Peterborough?
I want to try and progress my career. I feel like over the last 3 years I've gotten better, but not at the rate that I want to. And seeing how well Glennie's done as well, I know that Slava can progress younger players. That kind of speaks for itself with everyone that's played there over the last few years. So hopefully getting some more experience and some more ice time should lead to a bit of a progression in my career.
Was Slava kind of a main selling point? Obviously, like you said, you've seen the kind of players he signed and the progression they've had and stuff like that. Was that kind of your number one kind of, yeah, I want to go and play there?
Yeah, it was, and I've worked with him at GB as well. So in the kind of week to 10 days we had together at GB, I could see that he was very strategic, and he was, his coaching style suited me. It's not all fancy offense and everything else. It's very structured, and it's simple, but it's effective, and that's kind of how I play. So I feel that like the two would go hand in hand and work very well together.
And your dad obviously played in Peterborough back in the 90s, I believe it was. So maybe you didn't see any of that. But did you speak to him? Did you speak to him before you agreed to come here? Did he have anything kind of to say to you about Peterborough or anything like that?
He played there probably over 30 years ago now. He moved there when he first left home at 16, so it was quite a long time ago. But no, I spoke to him a little bit. He kind of knows the situation. He's very supportive. He just says, well, he's going to support me with whatever decision I choose, whatever's going to be right for me. He knows quite a few people down there as well through the hockey world, so he kind of knew what Dave and Joe were all about, and he knew what Slava was all about from when we were away at GB as well. So he's always very supportive of me, no matter what decision I make.
Okay, and obviously a lot of our fans will have seen you play, whether it be for Milton Keynes or for Swindon. Obviously, we've played plenty of games against teams that you've been involved in over the last few years. But for those who maybe don't know you, how would you kind of describe your game? What are your main kind of assets that you bring to the team?
Like I said earlier, I'd play very defensive and very simple. I like to be, defensive is probably the wrong word, probably responsible is better. My main assets would probably be my speed and the way I read the game. I like to pride myself in making sure I'm in the right areas, and I'm never getting caught out of position, so to speak. So yeah, I'd say it, but probably my main asset is definitely my speed.
And what are you hoping to get out of the season in terms of personally and collectively? Because I imagine you might have a few targets and stuff like that. I know a lot of players don't like putting numbers on things or sharing them if they have got numbers in their mind, but have you got anything that you are kind of aiming for?
Numbers wise, no, not really. But personally, I just want to improve and have a better year than what I've had done the last few years, and just help the team to win, and then collectively just make sure that the team's challenging for silverware and that I'm doing my bit to be helping to compete in every competition that we're in.
Well, I guess in a way, obviously, a thing that a lot of players say when they come to Peterborough now. Obviously, we have Slava and things like that, but another thing is challenging for silverware. It's kind of something we've done, whether we've won the cup or not. We've always been there or thereabouts in semi-finals and finals. Obviously, that was a situation you were in Swindon as well. So was it tough to leave Swindon, or was it just something that you thought was the ideal next step?
Yeah, it was tough. I've made some lifelong friends there. Obviously, I was at the academy there as well, so I've known people down there for a long time. I've got family ties in Swindon, so I've got quite a bit of family down there as well. So it was tough, but I've got a new job now, which is closer to Peterborough, and the travel was getting a little bit too much. And it's always good to have a new challenge, and I think now is the right time for that next challenge and to see where it takes me.
Okay, and just finally, have you got a message or anything like that for the fans? Obviously, we're hoping we'll start the season around about where we normally would, but have you got a message for them for when we do finally get started?
Yeah, just keep staying safe. Keep doing what they're doing at the minute. Make sure you're staying safe. Make sure you stay inside. And then I'll see you when the season starts at that first game, ready to go.